In this lesson, we're going to be looking at how to add shapes to our PowerPoint presentation. We'll look at how to resize it. We'll look at how to add colors to it. So, without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do now is to actually have a blank slate to design from. We're going to clear this text box now. So let's go to the layout, click on layout and click on blank. Okay, so to draw shapes, so let me show you the places that you can draw your shapes from. We can draw it from the home tab and we can draw it from the insert tab. So from the home tab, if it's not selected already, click on it to select it and then go to the drawing group. From the drawing groups, we have shapes here that we can select from. So if you need to see more of the shapes, you can click the down arrow to go down, up arrow to go back up. So if you want to see all the shapes as they go, click on the more button and all the shapes will be open to you. So the shapes this groups into sections. So we have the recently used shapes. So if you use any shapes recently, you're going to see them here. And then we have the line section, rectangle section, basic shapes, block arrows, we have the equation shapes, flow chart, we have stars and banners, call out and action buttons. Okay, so this is the first place to draw your shapes from. The second place to draw your shapes from is the insert tab. So click on insert tab and go to shapes here under illustration group, click on shapes and it's also going to open. You see the same thing you've seen earlier. Okay, so we're going to make things easy. So let me click outside to deselect this. I'm going back to the home tab, so I want to start drawing using the home. So from the home tab, let's click on this more button. We want to draw a rectangle, so we're starting with the first rectangle. Go to the rectangle section. These are all rectangles. The first one is the normal rectangle and the second one is the rounded rectangle. So we'll start with the normal rectangle. Click on it. So to draw your shape, what you notice right now is after you click on to select your rectangle here, it's going to show a cross like this. If you click on that same shape back the second time, this cross will go off. That simply means that you have deselected the rectangle you want to draw. So you have to click on it the third time again to actually make the rectangle drawing active. So you're set to draw the rectangle. So all you need to do now is to left click on your canvas. Immediately you left click, you should notice a little sign of a drawing of a shape showing up. It's very tiny. So all you need to do now is to start dragging your mouse. Dragging means you're moving your mouse. So drag your mouse to the right hand side or even left, depending on what you want to draw. If you're going to follow along with me, you're dragging to your right side. So you drag to your right side. You're still holding down the left click. Don't let go yet. So if this is exactly what you want to draw, you can let go. But let's go further a little bit. Don't let go of the left click. You can move up. You can move down. You can move back to your left hand side. You can see that. You can move so that you have it very tiny like this. You can even move it up so that you have it very tiny like this too. Okay, you can have a tiny line like this. You're actually using a rectangle to do this. You can make it very big like this. Okay, so let's make it like this. So I like this. So let go of the left click when you're done with the size you want for your rectangle. Let's go. Okay, great. After drawing this, the next obvious place is you will notice that there is an extra tab that is added to all these tabs, and that's the shape format. Okay, so let's see if that is true. Click outside. You know this shape is selected. Let's click outside of that shape. So that shape is deselected now, and the shape format is nowhere to be found. But when we select this shape back, shape format will show up. Okay, so take it this way. Anytime you select something on the canvas, this format tab must show up. So if you're selecting a shape, it's going to be shape format. If you're selecting a picture, it's going to be picture format. Okay, so since the shape is selected, we're seeing the shape format. Okay, so we want to add color to this. To add color to this, you can see we have the shape styles. We have different styles. If I hover my mouse on all these styles, you can see it on the fly. The first shape that is selected is this first one here, which is the colored fill blue accent 1. So if I hover my mouse on the black, you see black showing up. If I hover my mouse on this. If I need to see more of the shape styles, click on this more arrow, or you can even use the down arrow here to go to row 2, or up arrow to go back to row 1. So let me click on more so that I can see all the shape styles at a go. Click on it, you can see all the shape styles. So as you hover your mouse on it, you can see different styles you can choose from. So the first style here, like okay, let me start from the top. From the top, this is just having like the white background with some colored border, like colored outline, and then these types. So we also have some that are single color, like this one, single color, and then we have some that are gradient color. Gradient means adding more than one color. Okay, so I'll just make things easy now without complicating issues. So let me just select this one. So this is moderate effect gold accent 4. So after selecting that, great. So if you don't want to use shape style, you just want to do everything yourself, you want to add the shape fill and the shape outline, you can do it yourself. So all you need to do is to come to shape fill here. Now you can see the shape fill from the shape format. Another place to see it from, you can go to home tab. In case if you're in the home tab, you can also see it from the home tab. You can also see that we have shape fill here, we have shape outline and shape effect here. So let's go back to shape format, click on shape format. So we also have shape fill here, shape outline and shape effect. Okay, so let's take it from the shape fill, click on shape fill. So through the shape fill, we can add a single color, we can add more than one color too. We can even add texture, or we can even add our own picture to it. So to make things very easy, we'll look at adding a single color. And to add a single color, that's solid fill, we do it from here. We can use the themes color, or we can use the standard color. So if I hover my mouse on the colors now, you can see what is showing up. You can see. So I want to make things easy, so let me select like this color here, gold accent 4, lighter 40%. Click on it. Great. Then I want to add an outline to it, so take outline to be the border around this shape. So go to shape outline, click on it, and then to add outline, you also have the color here. So let me select the red color. Are you noticing red showing up now? Okay, so if you don't notice the red, there's something else we can do so that the red can show up. Okay, so click on the dark red first and go back to shape outline. Click on shape outline and go to weight. So weight is going to increase the weight of the shape outline. So go back to this and hover your mouse on it. So if you hover your mouse on 6 point, you can see right now showing up on this. Okay, so let's use the 6 point. Click on the 6 point. Okay, great, you're doing a fantastic job. So from the shape fill, we want to remove this fill. So to remove the fill, go to shape fill and locate the no fill. So if you click on no fill, so what you're doing is you are removing the fill that is inside this rectangle shape. So now let me click outside now. You notice something? If I click inside it, I'm unable to select the shape again. So, but if you need to select the shape back, all you need to do, move your mouse to the edge. If it shows 4 arrows, then left click on it and that shape will be selected. Okay, so let me deselect again. Click outside of that shape. So if you click inside, you cannot select it. You have to be at the edge. Click at the edge and you'll be able to select the shape. Okay, so since we've selected the shape, while you are in the, whether you're in the home tab or shape format, just locate your shape fill back, go to shape fill, and then let's add the color back. We use okay, so let's just select this, click on this. Great. Now this time around we want to remove the shape outline. To remove the shape outline, so go to shape outline, and then you can see we have no outline here. So if you click on outline, you can see that the outline has disappeared. So great, so no outline. So we've done our rectangle shape now. Okay, so let's also look at how to draw some other shape. So from the home tab, we can also come here. Okay, but this time around, let's do it from the insert tab. Go to the insert tab, click on insert and click on shapes. So this time around, let's select the rounded rectangle. Click on rounded rectangle and then left click and drag. You just left click on your canvas and you drag. Don't let go of the left click yet. So let's say this is what you want to draw. So I'm just moving my mouse around to get this accurately. So if this is what you want to draw, let go of the left click now. Okay, now you can see that when we draw this shape now, there's a yellow dot showing here. But when we draw the normal rectangle, the yellow dot is not showing up. So this yellow dot can be used to adjust the corner of this rectangle. So if we need to make this rectangle round, we use this yellow dot. Okay, so if I drag, so left click on this yellow dot and drag it to the right, and you see on the fly that is making this rectangle to be very round. So if we drag it to the limit point on the right side, that means it's going to create like a semicircle on the left side and the right side. Okay, so let's drag it back now. If you drag it towards and you drag it towards the left hand side to the limit, it's going to remove all the roundness. Okay, so all the roundness is removed. But what we want to do now, we want to add a little bit of roundness to it. So let's left click on it and drag it to the right a little bit. Okay, great. So this is it. So you can just click outside to deselect that shape. So if you want to select the shape back, just left click on the shape and you select the shape. Okay, great job. So that's the first task. Let's see if you can do this on your own. I want you to add a shape fill and also add a shape outline. Great, you can pause the video to do that. Okay, so let me show you how to do this. So while the shape is selected, because remember, anytime you want to do anything to a shape, you make sure the shape is selected first. So select the shape by clicking on it. So this shape is selected. Remember, whether you're in the shape format tab or you are in the home tab, you should see this shape fill and shape outline. So click on your shape fill and select the color you want to use for your shape fill. So let's assume that I want to use this light blue. Select the light blue and then go to shape outline. Click on shape outline. Great. So for the outline, if we select this dark blue, now you're not noticing anything, so we want to make it to be noticeable. So let's go back to shape outline and increase the weight a little bit. So just hover a mouse on it, and when we hover mouse on 1.5, that's 1 whole number 1 over 2 is showing this. If you go to this, 2 whole number 1 over 4, 3 points and 4.5 points, you can see. So let us say I want to use 4.5 points, just left click on it to select it. Great. Amazing. So there's something else I want to show you from the shape fill. So what we've done so far, here and here, we add a single color. But now I want to show you how to add more than one color. So we added a blue color to this as shape fill. So let's go back to shape fill, and we want to create a version that will look as if we have created that we have added more than one color. So what we do, if you click on the shape fill, go to gradient fill, and when you get to gradient fill, you can see now that we have no gradient. That means we're not applying any gradient, and we have the light variation and the dark variation. So if I hover my mouse on any of the light variation, you can see now it's creating, using that same light blue color, is creating like a version whereby in that portion, one side is like white and the other side is like light blue. You can see that. Then if I go to the dark variation, one side is dark and the other side is like making it very blue. Okay, so great. So let us say I want to select this linear up. You can click on it and you have selected that gradient. Okay, so let's also demonstrate this gradient using another color. So any color you selected, that's the color that the gradient will show up. So let's go back to shape fill. So we're going to select a red color this time around. Select this dark red and then go back to shape fill, then go to your gradient. You can see now that is red that is showing up here. Then we have the light variations here, and then we have the dark variations here. You can see that. Okay, so if this is what you want to use, just click on it to select it. Okay, that is great. So you're doing an amazing job. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is how to actually resize your shape. How to resize your shape. Okay, so I'm going to show you different strategies around this. So let's start from this red shape that we have drawn, red rounded shape. So to resize this shape, maybe it's too big or it's too small. To resize it, we can resize from the side, either right side, left side, the top side, the bottom side, or we can also resize from the corner. It could be the top right, the bottom right, the bottom left, and the top left. Okay, so anytime you're going to resize a shape, the first thing you need to do is to locate the white dot. Position your mouse on the white dot. If it gets exactly on the white dot, you should see two arrows showing up. Make sure it's exactly on the white dot. You see two arrows showing up. Two arrows must show up, not 4 arrows. If it shows 4 arrows, that means you have not your mouse has not get exactly on the white dot. If it gets exactly on the white dot, it will show 2 arrows. Okay, great. So the next thing we want to do now, we want to resize from the right side. If you're resizing from the right side, so it means we are resizing only the length. Maybe we are making the length bigger or smaller. So to do this, you hover your mouse on the right side like this. If you hover it on the white dot on the right side, you're going to see 2 arrows. Then left click on it. Immediately you left click on it, you're going to see that the shapes grayed out like this. So all you need to do now is to drag. If you drag towards the left side, you're reducing the length of that shape that you have drawn. If you drag towards the right side, you're increasing the length of that shape. Let's assume that this is what you want to do. All you need to do when you're okay, let go of the left click. Okay, great job. So you can also resize from the left hand side. So just hover your mouse on the white dot again on the left side, and if it shows 2 arrows, left click on it and drag. Great, that's how to. So now you can see now that we are only resizing from one side at a go. So we can also resize from two sides at a go. Two sides at a go. That means we can resize from right side and left side at the same time. If you want to do this, we have to use the shortcut. We have to use the control key on the keyboard. So the control key will help us to do this. So to do this, all you need to do, hover your mouse on the edge. So if you're going to resize from both the left and right at the same time, hover your mouse on the right or the left. If it shows two arrows, left click and hold down Control. Left click and hold down the control key and drag. Can you see that? That is resizing from two sides at the same time. Great. Let's say this is what you want. If you are okay like this, let go of the left click and the control. So great job. Now you've learned how to do it. We can also do the same thing from the top and bottom. So if you need to resize from the top and bottom at the same time, you can position your mouse at the bottom or the top. Make sure it's on the white dot. If it shows two arrows, left click on it, hold down the control key and drag. You can see that. So it's resizing from the top and bottom at the same time. Okay, let's assume this is what you want. Let go of the left click and the control key. Great, you're doing a great job. So there's something else I want to show you also, a way to resize, and this time the resizing is going to be from the corner. So it could be from the bottom right, top left, or the bottom left. So if you need to resize, so the resizing of this, if you're going to resize from corner will resize both the length and the width at the same time. So let me do this so you can see it. If I left click on this top left click on it and drag, you notice that it's actually increasing both the length and the width at the same time. Okay, if I drag down, it's reducing both the length and the width at the same time. Okay, great. Okay, so you can also do it from the bottom here, left click and drag it, the same thing. You can do it from here, left click and drag it, or depending on how you want it. Or you can, if you have a good hand to hold the mouse properly, you can even use this strategy to actually resize only the height. That's only the width. Or the only thing is you have to keep the length. You have to keep the same length like this. Okay, so if you can do that accurately, that's amazing. Okay, but if you cannot do that accurately, so just stick to resizing from the side. Okay, great job. And the final I want to show you, okay, let me quickly drag this back a little bit so you can see this visually. The final I want to show you, you can also position your mouse at the corner and hold down your control, but this time around, if you hold down control while you position your mouse at the corner, it's going to resize from all the four sides at the same time, from all the four corners. Let me put it that way, from all the four corners. So hold down your control key and then left click and drag. Now you can see now it's resizing from all the four corners at the same time. That's amazing. Great. So if this is what you want, let go of the left click and the control key. Great. That's amazing. Okay, so now we've been able to see how to actually resize also using different strategies. So let's see how to draw some other shapes. So this same strategy that we have applied on this rectangle shape, we can apply it on other shapes. So now let's look at how to work with some other shapes. To draw some other shape, we're going to be creating a new slide to do this. So to create a new slide, come to new slide, then let's use the blank one. So okay, we can draw a shape from the home tab or the insert tab. So from the home tab, so we're going to draw an oval shape. So oval shape is the next shape we're looking at. Click on the more button. You can see the oval shape is part of the basic shape section. click on basic shapes. So if you recently use it, you're also going to see it here. So you click on it. Then, okay, so let's draw the oval shape. Left click and drag. So remember, oval shapes, an egg shape. Okay, we can use it to draw an egg. Okay, so click to draw your nice egg. Okay, these are a nice egg right here. So we can do the cool stuff like add shape fill, shape style, shape fill, shape outline. We can even add shape effect to it. Okay, so let's demonstrate this one at a time. Come to shape fill. We can add this or this. Okay, let's change it to this. We can come to shape outline. We can add shape outline to it. Okay, like this dark blue. We can also remove it if we want. Okay, so let's remove it. No outline. Then we can come to shape effects. We have precept. This is like a predefined shape effect that we can use in our design. So as I hover my mouse on the precepts, you can see the preview showing on the fly. So this is preset 1. You can see the second one, third. You can see just playing with it. You can see. Okay, so great. Then let's go to shadow. So if you need your shape to have some depth of shadow, like some depth in shadow, you can actually use this. So if I hover mouse on this, so this is offset bottom right and this is offset bottom, you see. So you can just play with it to see the one that actually do the magic for you. So all these are outer shadow. Okay, so if you need an inner shadow, you come to this section here. These are inner, so it means the shadow is going to be inside the shape. Okay, it's going to be inside the shape. The outer, the shadow will be outside. Then we have the perspective. So you want to your shadow to look like a 3D version, so you make use of this perspective. You can see that. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so if you want anything of such, just select it. That's cool. Then let's go to reflection. So if you want your shape to have some reflection, okay, so just hover your mouse on it and there will be reflection to that shape. Okay, you can see it on the fly. Okay, so one thing you should notice, these are like the variations. So you can see. So see, look at it. So just play around with it to see what is possible for you. Then you can come to glow. If you want an outer glow, you can come to this. If you want your shape to glow, you can come to all this and play around with it. Then if you want your shape to have some soft edge, edge means the outside, you want the outside, the border to be soft, you can actually use this. Okay, so you can see those are soft edge. Then we have the bevel. Okay, so bevel is going to create like a 3D shining effect on your shape. You can see this. You can see the amazing effect that is showing up right now. You can further adjust this, but because of this tutorial, we're not going in depth on the bevel. Okay, so in some other tutorial we'll look at this in depth. Okay, so that's when we'll have to go to these 3D options, which is like an advanced topic. Okay, so that's great. Then let's go to 3D rotation. So you can see we have 3D rotation, we have no rotation, we have the parallel rotations, we have the perspective, and we have the oblique. Okay, so if you hover your mouse on them, you can see on the fly what it looks like. Okay, so I'm just showing you something that is possible here. So okay, so this is an advanced topic, so we're not delving into this right now. So that's amazing, you've learned something. Okay, let's just apply shadow to this. Okay, so we apply the first shadow. Okay, great. So the next thing I want you to do right now is to draw another shape. So let's come to more, and then this is what I want to tell you. You can also draw your shape from another place, and that place is shape format. Earlier I showed you how to draw your shape from the home tab and the insert tab. We can also draw it from the shape format. Okay, so when a shape is selected, shape format will show up. But whenever you deselect it, you deselect the shape, maybe you click outside of that shape, you're not selecting anything, shape format will not show up. But immediately we select the shape back by clicking on it, shape format will show up. Okay, when shape format show up, we can actually draw shape from here. So look at it right here on the insert shapes group, we can draw our shape from there. Okay, so to draw a shape, we click on this small button, and then we also have some basic shapes here. Like we have the isosceles triangle, we can click on isosceles triangle, we can left click and drag. Cool, great. After drawing the isosceles triangle, we can also see this yellow nice dot here. We can drag it to the left or the right. When we drag it to the left, we are converting it to a right angle triangle. When you drag it to the right, we're converting it to a left angle triangle. You can see that. That's amazing. Great. Then you can further move your shape. So it means if you need to move your shape to another location, you can actually do that. Just left click on the shape and drag it. Can you see that? Then you can also resize it, just as I show you in the other shapes. You can hover your mouse on the white dot, left click and drag down like this. You can also hover your mouse here, left click and drag like this. You can see that. That's amazing. Or you can make it here. That's cool. Great. Okay, so you can move this shape too if you like. You can see that. You can move it here. So just left click on it and drag it. That's all you need to do. Okay, so let's draw another shape. Come to this place. Okay, there's something I want to show you. Sorry. If you need to delete a shape, all you need to do, click on that shape you want to delete and press the backspace key or the delete key on the keyboard. So if I press the backspace key, the right angle triangle is gone. Okay, so you can see now that the shape format is no longer showing up. If you want the shape format to show up back, you have to select a shape that you have drawn. So select this shape, and then you can see that we now have our shapes showing up now. Click on the more button. Okay, so we want to draw parallelogram. So this next one is the right angle triangle. You can actually draw that directly. So let's draw a parallelogram. Click on parallelogram, left click and drag. Okay, so cool. After doing that, you can also see we have yellow dot. You can drag the yellow dot. If you drag it to the right, you can see it makes the parallelogram to become very slanty. Okay, you can see if we now drag it to the leftmost side, it will remove the parallelogram being bent. It's going to turn it to a rectangle. If you move it again slightly like this, okay, if this is what we want, we can let go of the left click like this. Okay, another thing you can also do, you can also resize either from the bottom or from the top or from the side. So like this, you can resize from here. Okay, see that? You can even resize from corner. Okay, that's amazing. You can do all those cool stuff. You can also move it around to another location. Let's draw another shape. Come to more here. Then okay, so we also have some polygons around here. So let's draw hexagon. Select hexagon, left click and drag. So that's how to draw hexagon. After drawing your hexagon, you can see that we have yellow dot right here. If I drag the yellow dot towards the right, you can see what it looks like. It's now converting that. If I drag it to the limit, it will convert it to look like a rotated rectangle. You can see that, or a kite. Okay, you can see. Okay, so if I drag it towards the left, it will remove it completely and it turn it to a rectangle, upright rectangle. You see that? Okay, so if this is what I want, I can actually leave it like this. Okay, this is cool. I can actually add things like shape style, shape view, shape outline, shape effect to it. Okay, so there's something I've not shown you while drawing all the shape. You can actually type in all of these shapes. So it means While the shape is selected, you can type in it. Okay, let's say you want to type hexagon in it. You can type hexagon. So hexagon. Okay, you can see that. After typing hexagon, you see a cursor line will be blinking inside. So if you want to select the hexagon itself, all you need to do while it's showing this 4 arrow, just left click on the hexagon, and that cursor line that is blinking there will no longer show up. Okay, you can type there. You can also type on this parallelogram. So let's type parallelogram. Parallelogram. Okay, great. So if you are done typing, just left click on the parallelogram to select only the parallelogram. If you want to select the text that is inside the parallelogram, all you need to do is to move your mouse at the ending like this, or move your mouse at the beginning, and you should notice the arrow showing up when you hover your mouse before the P. This 4 arrow will now change to I like this. So when it changes to I, left click on it and drag towards the right like that. If you are doing it from the ending, that means immediately after the M, it will show I like this. If it shows the icon I like this, left click and drag towards the left hand side. So that is how to select the text that is inside of a shape. Okay, so let's just click on this parallelogram to select it. So this is the parallelogram we have selected. So let's go to the home tab. Click on the home tab. You can actually do things like change the font, like the handwriting. Let's change to Arial Black. You can even increase the font size. You can see that. Let's use 20. You can use this to grow the font. This increase font size and this decrease font size. You can use this to reduce the font size. You can see that. Okay, another thing you can do, you can make it bold. You can make it italic. Then you can put an underline on it. You can even add a little shadow to it. Okay, you can notice the shadow. Okay, then you can add a strike through to it, but strike through is not that common, so let's leave the strike through. Another thing you can do is to add character spacing. You want your character to have some spacing to it, so when I hover mouse on it, you can see some spacing in between character P, A, R, A. There is a spacing separating those characters. Okay, you want them to be tight like this, very tight. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so just plain. Then another thing you can do is the change case. Maybe you want to change from lowercase to an uppercase. Just click on change case. Then you can change it to uppercase. You can see that. You can change to capitalize each word. Okay, so this one, since we have a single word, we don't have more than one word, we don't need to use this. Okay, let's just change it to uppercase. As we change it to uppercase, you can see now this thing is flowing to next line, so it's on 2 line now. So if we need to adjust it, you could adjust the parallelogram itself to accommodate that. Okay, let's undo that. If that is not what you want to do, maybe you want the parallelogram to be on that same size, you like that same size, all you can do is to reduce the font size of this text. To reduce the font size, you can use this decrease font size. Just click on it. You can see you have done it. That's amazing. Okay, so you can type in any shape. You get that? Great, you're doing an amazing job. Okay, let's draw some other shape. You can see now that our shape format is not showing because we did not select any shape. When we select any of the shape format will show up. Just click on it if it's not already showing up on your side. Okay, so click on the more button. So we can draw some other things like the smiley face. We have the love. We have great things and cool things. You can even draw brackets. You can see this is a double bracket. This is double brace. You can see that's amazing. Right and left bracket. You can also see we have left brace and right brace. You can play with all these things to do amazing things. You can also use the text box. You can see this text box. We actually have a dedicated lesson on this. You need to go and check that out. Working with text box, check it out. It's an amazing experience. Okay, we dedicate a video lesson on that, so watch that lesson. Okay, then let's draw a block arrow. So from the block arrow section, we can draw the right arrow, left arrow, up arrow and the down arrow. We can draw all sorts of arrows that you can see here. So let's draw this first one. Left click and drag. I'm still left clicking and dragging. I've not let go of the left click. So when I move towards the right side, it's becoming longer. When I move down, it's becoming bigger. Okay. When I move backward to the left hand side, I make it shorter. Okay. Okay, so let me leave it like this. So if you're okay with what you have done so far, you can let go of the left click. Then we have two yellow dots showing up. This yellow dot that is right here, we can use it to adjust the arrow mouth. Okay, so let me click here, left click on it and drag. You can see. So if I drag towards this side to the limit, so you can see what the arrow is looking like. So if I drag it back towards the left hand side, left click and drag towards the left hand side, as you're moving your mouse towards the left hand side, you can see it's going to use all those lengths. When it gets to this place now, it's going to turn it to a triangle. Okay, you can see that. Okay, you can drag it back. So if this is what I want, you can let go like this. Then for this other yellow dot, I can drag it up or down. So dragging it up will make this thing bigger. Okay, you can see. So it's going to make these parts here bigger, and dragging down will make it thinner. Okay, you can see that. You can see that it's very thin. Okay. Okay, if this is what you want, you can let go. Another thing you can do, you can also resize from the side like this. You can resize from corner if you want. You can see that. You can resize from this place too if you like. You can further adjust it. See that? You can further adjust this. You can change the color. You can do a whole lot. Just left click on whatever you want to do. You can apply shape effect to it. So that is amazing. If you want to delete that shape, just press backspace or delete and you delete the shape. Amazing. Okay, so let's draw another shape. We can do it from the home tab. Click here. Then you can see we also have some other cool arrow that you can draw here, like this arrow you can see here. Just click on it. This is stripped right, so you can click on it, left click and drag. You can see. So that is cool. Can further adjust it just as I've explained that to you. Can adjust that. Okay, so let's go back here. You can draw some other shape like the smiley face. Click on the smiley face, left click and drag. You can see. After that, you can adjust the mouth using this yellow dot. So you can see now. You can move to the top, bottom. See that? Move to the top, move to the bottom to adjust the mouth. Okay, let's adjust it downward. Okay, so that's amazing. We can change the color. You see that? We can add shape outline to it. Okay, you see that? Great job. So let's draw another shape. So another shape we can draw these float chart shapes. Let's just pick one of them like this. So like this particular shape now is used for delay. So click on it, left click and drag. You can see that. Okay, so that is cool. Amazing. Okay, so there's something I need to also show you. For any shape, you can actually rotate any shape. So to rotate any shape, you're going to see a rotation handle like this. Through this rotation handle, you can actually rotate a shape. So all you need to do to rotate a shape is you left click on that rotation handle and you drag it towards the left side or towards the right side. So you can drag it towards the left side and then immediately you get to 90 degree. It should snap to 90 degree. You have to be very good at moving your mouse slightly so that you can actually get the 90 degree, and you should use your eye to visualize what 90 degree should look like. Okay, so this is 90 degree. Okay, so we move towards the left hand side. So to undo what you have done, you can press Ctrl Z. Okay, so if you also need to move towards the right hand side, just left click and move like this. Okay, so this is also 90 degree. So Ctrl Z again. So now if you want to move every 15 degree, you can use the shift key to move every 15 degree. So all you need to do, left click on the rotation handle, then hold down your shift key and move every 15 degree. You can move to the right or left. So let's move towards the right hand side. So right, 15 degree, 15 degree. You can see, so it's moving like that, moving like that. Okay, so when it gets to 90 degree, you see, to straighten up, you see, so this is 90 degree. Okay, so if you don't know how to master this, I'm going to show you another method to actually rotate your shape. If you don't know how to use the rotation handle, press Ctrl Z to undo first as I walk you through this. So to actually rotate this shape, we can also use the rotate here, but to do this, you have to be on the shape format tab or be on the home tab. If you're on the shape format tab, you need to come to rotate here, click on rotate, and then you're going to see rotate right 90 degree, rotate left 90 degree. We also have flip vertical and flip horizontal. So one thing with this is you can only rotate 90 degree 90 degree. That is for the right and the left. Then flip vertical, you can rotate 180 degree 180 degree. Okay, so then we have the more rotation option, which is like a little advanced for this lesson that we're having now. In subsequent lesson, we're going to look at that in depth. Okay, but for now we will stick to rotate right 90 degree, rotate left 90 degree. So when I hover my mouse on rotate right 90 degree, you can see what happened. It rotated to the right 90 degree. Okay, let me move my mouse away, then let me slightly move the mouse like this and come to the rotate left. You're going to rotate to the left 90 degree too. You can see that 90 degree. Okay, so in fact, let me use another shape to demonstrate this. Let me use this smiley face so you can notice it better. Go to rotate, rotate right, you can see that. Then rotate left, you can see that too. You can see, see. Okay, good job. Okay, so I've been able to do that using the rotate right and rotate left. So for the flip vertical and flip horizontal, I'm going to use this arrow to demonstrate that. So for this arrow is facing the right side. That's the mouth of the arrow is facing the right. So select the arrow, then click on rotate and come to flip horizontal first. As you can see, when I hover my mouse on flip horizontal, it's actually mirroring it to the left hand side. So that means it's now facing the left hand side. So if that is what I want, all you need to do is to left click on it and it will be facing the left hand side. Okay, great. So let me go to rotate. I want to firstly rotate this thing on the right, rotate right. Then I want to use this to demonstrate the flip vertical. Okay, so it's currently facing the top, so it's facing up. So click on rotate, and in this time around I'm going to flip vertical. So flip vertical is going to make it to face the other way around, so it's facing down. So that is the work of flip vertical. If this is what I want, flip vertical, just left click on it and it's done. Amazing, great. So after drawing a shape like this, okay, so let me move this shape like this, and let me move this shape like this. After drawing this shape, you can actually move this shape below any other shape like this to make them look as if they are joined together, just making them to behave as if they are joined together, but they are not actually joined together. We just move this below this one. Okay, you can actually draw some shapes and actually move them below each other like this to make them look like this. Let me demonstrate something for you so you get perfectly what I'm talking about. Let me create a new slide, Then I want to use rectangle. Click on rectangle, first rectangle, left click and drag. Okay, you can see that. Then I want to remove the shape outline, no outline. Then shape fill, let me add this one. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to duplicate this shape. Okay, to duplicate this shape, I can press Ctrl D to duplicate it. So press Ctrl D, Ctrl down, then press D one time. If you hold D down, it's going to duplicate a lot of these. So just press Ctrl down. Immediately you press Ctrl down, you're going to see plus icon showing up. Then press D. Okay, great. Then move this down like this. Then you can resize this slightly like this. Then if you want to resize from two sides at the same time as I show you, you can hold down Ctrl, then left click on this white dot and drag. So it's going to resize from two sides at the same time. You can see that. Then we can put it below like this. Okay, so I can duplicate again, Ctrl D, then move it below it like this. Then over my mouse on the white dot, hold down Ctrl and drag again to resize. You can see that's amazing. I can change the color of this one. Can further change the color of this one. Something like this. You can see that's amazing. Or you can do something entirely different, like overlap this like this, like overlap this like this. You see, I'm just showing you different options. Or you can even move this inside if you want. Move this like this. I'm just showing you different options of what you can use your shape to do. You can do it this way. Just showing you different options of what you can, amazing things you can do with shapes. Okay, you can do it like this. Amazing things you can do with your shape. Okay, you can play with your shape and draw nice things. Okay, final note. In the next lesson, we're going to be looking at how to draw regular shapes. It's going to be an amazing experience. I don't want you to miss it. So we'll be looking at how to draw circle, how to draw a square, how to draw equilateral triangle, how to draw regular polygons, how to draw a regular line. Okay, you've done an amazing job so far, I must say. Kudos to you. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and get the notification on board so that anytime we upload a new video, you'll be the first person to get notified. And don't forget to give us some comments and some like. Share with your friends and family. We love you here. Thank you for visiting us. Do have an amazing experience.